So I was in the courtroom where this trial is taking place, and I was sitting right behind Cassie Ventura's husband, and I watched him as he sort of glared at Sean Combs at times, at the family, especially during the period of time where the prosecution showed photos of 13 men, different races, predominantly black men. These are all men that Cassie was able to identify in terms of names sometimes and where these freakoffs, these alleged freakoffs took place, from cities like LA, Miami, New York, Las Vegas, etc. I can only imagine how painful it must be to sit there and listen to that testimony regarding your wife.
Over the past 5 days, the world has gotten to witness the strength and bravery of my wife, freeing herself of her past. There has been speculation online surrounding how it must feel for me to sit there and listen to my wife's testimony. I have felt so many things sitting there.
What would you do if you saw your partner on tape with their ex after marrying you? Because that's exactly what happened in court when Cassie's husband, Alex Fine, heard her say she voluntarily went back to Diddy. Now the world's asking, was he blindsided or did he already know? Let's break down the leaked videos and the moment that made Alex get up and leave the courtroom in silence. Not out of disrespect, out of devastation, because that's when the tapes were played. And what was said in that courtroom didn't just shake the jury, it broke him. One clip allegedly featured Cassie admitting to cheating on Alex after their marriage. Not just once, multiple times, with Diddy. And when asked under oath whether she voluntarily went back to Diddy after their hotel altercation, Cassie replied, "Yes, we had a good night, I went back to his house." That moment alone, enough to silence the room, but it didn't stop there. Alex Fine reportedly left the courtroom in rage, unable to sit through the testimony. One witness described him staring down Diddy on his way out.
I was in the courtroom where this trial is taking place, and I was sitting right behind Cassie Ventura's husband. I can only imagine how painful it must be to sit there and listen to that testimony regarding your wife.
And the internet, it didn't hesitate to pile on. Trolls started clowning Alex, accusing him of simping, calling him weak, asking why he married Cassie if she was damaged goods. Even some celebrities jumped in, but Alex finally broke his silence. In a public statement read by his attorney, he said, "I did not save Cassie. To say that is an insult to the years of painful work my wife has done to save herself. Cassie saved Cassie." He asked for privacy. He praised her bravery. And he made it clear, this wasn't about playing the hero. It was about standing by someone who refused to stay broken. But while the world was reacting to his pain, court transcripts were stacking up. Cassie admitted the relationship with Diddy didn't fully end when it should have. She shared intimate scenes from The Perfect Match were fully approved by Diddy. In fact, when asked about the sex scenes, she said he loved it.
Wondering about the boyfriend, Diddy, whether he came to the set to make sure everything was copacetic with you.
No, he actually really trusted the situation. Him and Terrence spoke beforehand because Terrence.
Wait. You date P. Diddy?
Oh wow!
I didn't know this. Yeah. Hold the phone.
You know, I typically don't talk about my private life.
Well,
but
forgive me. They put it on the television.
They put it on the television.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't go like really. It's your
I'll
business.
let that one go.
That raised even more eyebrows. Was this an open relationship? Was there more going on behind the scenes than fans ever imagined? Then came the resurfaced clip that shattered everyone. A 2019 video of Cassie breaking down as she hugs Alex after he ran 50 miles to raise awareness for domestic violence. He did it in honor of his mom. But now, people are rewatching it differently. They're seeing the trauma on her face, the layered pain behind her smile, and in court, when the judge forced Alex to leave during testimony about the 2018 rape allegation, it wasn't about shielding his emotions. It was legal. The judge ruled his presence could create a conflict if he were called as a witness. But none of that changed what was already said. Cassie confessed to cheating on Alex. She admitted to going back. And worst of all, a leaked quote from a male escort claimed that she wasn't just forced into the freakoffs, she was instructing them. And now everyone's asking the same question. After Cassie's bombshell testimony rocked the courtroom, one question started circulating fast. Why didn't she leave Diddy sooner? The answer wasn't simple. It wasn't just about love. It was about control. According to Cassie, her 11-year relationship with Diddy was a cycle of coercion, fear, and manipulation, the kind that makes walking away feel impossible. She testified that Diddy had cameras tracking her movements. He threatened her career. He kept her isolated from friends and family. And when she did try to speak up or get away, he'd apologize, shower her with gifts, make promises. It was trauma bonding at its darkest. And behind closed doors, it got worse.
And again, just to reiterate what is a freak off, the freak off essentially was something that Cassie said she learned about through Sean Combs Combs about a year into their relationship. He described it as voyeurism, wanting to watch her have sex with someone else. And she said that she did it because she was 22, 21, she was young, she didn't know any better, and that she wanted to please Sean Combs.
Cassie said Diddy would host multi-hour sex parties, what she called freakoffs, and pressure her into participating. She'd take opiates to numb the pain. These weren't wild nights out. They were carefully controlled scenes of humiliation. She described physical damage, UTIs, mouth injuries, emotional scarring. There was nothing mutual about it. She made it clear she did not enjoy these events.
Is there ever a time that you enjoyed the freak-offs? This is when Cassie got choked up and she said, I did, but only because I got to spend one-on-one time with Combs, and I really did love him.
But Diddy's defense tried to paint it differently. They pushed a narrative suggesting Cassie liked the freak-offs, that she participated to keep Diddy from focusing on other women. But her testimony ripped that theory apart. She said these events were about dominance, not pleasure. She called them a control tactic, a way for Diddy to break her down and keep her dependent.
His then girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, and the defense said, listen, what you witnessed was wrong, it was inhumane, it was horrible, but that was domestic violence, and they said that is not criminal enterprise, that is not racketeering, but both sides sort of making those compelling arguments and opening statements that for the prosecution, that he is guilty, for the defense obviously saying that he's not guilty of these crimes that he's alleged to have committed.
Meanwhile, back in the gallery, Alex Fine was fuming. One reporter noted the glare he gave Diddy as Cassie listed the men she was forced to sleep with. The tension in the room was thick. This wasn't just a trial anymore, it was emotional warfare.
I can tell you that immediately, the moment she opened her mouth, you could see that Combs was listening intently to everything that she had to say, as well as those jurors.
Alex only left the courtroom once, when the judge ordered him to step out before Cassie spoke about the 2018 rape allegation. Why? Because he could be called as a witness, and the court wanted no conflicts. But the message was clear. He showed up for her all 4 days. And when the media asked him for comment, he didn't focus on himself. He said, Cassie saved Cassie. She alone broke free from abuse, coercion, violence, and threats. So while the world continues to debate whether she was a victim or a volunteer, the man who knows her best has already made up his mind. If you thought the public was harsh on Alex Fine, wait until you hear what the celebs had to say. After Cassie admitted in court that she once took a FaceTime call from Alex while in bed with Diddy, social media exploded. But it was Boozy who dropped the first nuke. He tweeted, "The husband watched Cassie and Diddy have consensual sex. He liked to watch too. He a freak too, this shit crazy. If y'all think these freak-offs ain't still going on, y'all crazy." Then came Andrew Tate, who took it way further. He dragged Alex as a simp and called Cassie a volunteer, not a victim. His exact words? Men like Cassie's husband will try and destroy another man's life instead of accept his wife's a whore. No victims, only volunteers. Simps are scum. That kicked off a wildfire of debate. Was Alex just a supportive husband, or was there something off about how all of this played out? To make things messier, a 2019 Instagram post of Alex Fine resurfaced, where he publicly pledged to love and protect Cassie forever, promised to always put her and their children first, and called their love the best thing that ever happened to him. That post now hits differently, especially because fans are pointing out that Alex was once hired by Diddy as a trainer, and that makes people wonder, was Cassie already falling for Alex while she was still with Diddy? And if so, why didn't Diddy retaliate? Because this is the same man who allegedly threatened to blow up Kid Cudi's car, but when his own trainer allegedly steals his girl, he does nothing? Now rumors are circulating that Cassie may have requested Alex for herself, that she met him through Diddy, got involved with him behind Diddy's back, and flipped the entire power dynamic. And that's exactly the kind of twist Diddy's team wants the public to believe. That Cassie was never forced into anything, that she wanted it, planned it, even enjoyed it. But if that's the narrative they're building, at the end of it all, the court didn't just expose trauma, it unearthed questions nobody seems ready to answer. Was Cassie a victim of control? Or a participant in something darker? Was Alex Fine just a husband caught in the crossfire? Or a piece of a much more complicated game? And most importantly, who's actually telling the truth? The courtroom saw the tapes. We heard the testimonies, the emotional breakdowns, the freak-off footage. And now, the world is watching every move from Alex, Cassie, and even Diddy with a magnifying glass. So now we're asking you, do you think Cassie really hated the freak-offs? Did Alex know more than he let on? And will this trial change how we look at Hollywood couples forever? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next one.